you Hello, everybody. I am sorry for the latest comms. I'm here now. The Rocky Lizard here to call this second match between jmeasher and Loptr. They catch most of the first game in which Loptr had a fairly comfortable win with the Varia plus movement settings. And now we are back to troubleshooting. We're looking to make it AP. So again, apologies for the late arrival. I'm here. I have 2 slices of Costco pizza ready to go, and we'll see what these 2 can do. So judging by the items, looks like jmeasher might be in a slight lead here. He does have Mantoon as well. Loptr about to get ice here too. Yes, there you go. Mid. Mine was low compared to the rock. My voice was low. All. Let me know how the audio sounds tonight. Not hearing me at all. Does it sound better? Okay. You can hear now. Okay, good. Yeah, I had to slam the Bluetooth headphones on really quickly, but it does seem like you can hear me now, so good. Thank you, Annan, for doing any of that work required to help get us through here. And one of the most valuable in this tournament here, making sure the ship is steered correctly. So Loptr now matching jmeasher on the boss front, getting Fantoon early. Yeah, MVP for sure. jmeasher did pick up a solid item there at Supers, and he picks up Wave Beam here. I didn't see what that previous... There's a lot of major items here in West Ocean. Speed Booster, always a great pickup. Mesher with the save here, I presume. Spazer, thank you. So Mesher is just a charge away from having a pretty solid beam combination. Is this charge? Space jump. Well, at least the movement will be a little cleaner. As we move into criteria, let's see what we have here. Mesher going to peek at these. Depending on what the item is there, Supers may elect to go for that using speed. See if we can get a short charge here. Of course he does. Oh! Bonk. He can choose to either align himself with a platform towards the left side, or he can go fall down to the ground, look for the blade of grass indicator. So looks like he's having a little bit of an issue trying to get this super. Here we go. Yes. First time. Map's way on the east side, so let's see if he decides to go that way. Looks like he's going to try to go get that map. I don't know much that could block his progress, given that he does have both suits and he has speed. So anything like Frog Speedway would not be an issue for him. Loptr's catching up, though. A little bit of that delay getting those supers has allowed Loptr to get a little bit closer to him. He's going to head the same way here. Yeah, the platform setup is it's a little bit easier, for me at least, to kind of get my bearings. Loptr electing to go down into lower Norfair here. Potentially a good item for jmeasher here to pick up. Won't let those robots bully him. Oh, it's just missiles, so he's gonna head back. Aqueduct with a pair of missiles. And you have to say here that Loptr has taken a slight lead, having explored more of the criteria map here. Another item room here, free wave beam. He likes to go for the map to see if there's anything worth getting. Solid or X's. We have Ridley up there. A few more items. Some good solid dots here. This has the makings of a hopefully easy seed for them. Power bombs. It's not the worst thing to get when you do not have proper bombs. Mesher discovering Ridley while trying to find the map. You will come enter Aqueduct here. You will get these same 2 missiles, and presumably next step will be go the top left towards the map. Much closer game here at the start than in the beginning, which if you guys tuned in was fairly, you guys tuned in late, was fairly close up until about halfway through when Mesher had a little bit of trouble with the double bomb jumps at the Indiana Jones room. Died a couple times in Amphitheater and had to reload his save a lot. So without having to do that, we have the makings of a much closer game. So now he's looking at what Loptr was looking at a minute ago. He sees that Ridley is blocking the ship. So he's going to go over here and grab these power bombs. I think there were some other X's at the end of that room that he decided to pass by. Yeah, quick draw. If you don't find charge here, you're going to have to come back to criteria, I think. And that's just has the makings of a little bit longer seed time. Is, you know, once you see Ridley, you tend to want to go for it and see if you can just take care of him now instead of having to retrack your steps, especially if there's no mother brain nearby. Loptr is hitting the big pink. And a little bit of X-ray there for the fans. Spring wall jump, which is not that useful when you already have gravity and space. We'll continue hunting for majors possibly. There is Norfair there. So with only 4 majors left, we have Loptr has a 1/4 chance of finding charge here. And jmeasher predictably retracing Loptr's steps here as they continue to find something that will help them against Ridley. Yeah, and if he gets charge here, it's absolutely you go for Ridley right now. They're both good enough. No, scrap it. Oh yeah, thank you for Well, now it's 1/4 chance, but of course that's all the items and criteria. Right now, Loptr's probably looking for X's to see if there's enough ammo to get him through, but he would need at least 3 more X's, and then I believe with the math, he would need all 30 missiles to hit. So I saw that you could do the dive through Amphitheater to get to Norfair. I think there was also another entrance to Norfair. Mesher and Loptr doing a high five. I don't think I've ever had microwave shrimp. And I don't think anyone who has worked in an office setting would like to smell microwave shrimp in the break room. So, 2 E-tags. It is possible to get through this. You definitely don't want to hit any of those pirates on the way down. Don't hit him, don't hit him. There we go. Be a blue door. Yes. He did not save, I don't think, so that's what made it even riskier. But he is here in Norfair. The map is on the left here, and you have to say, by virtue of taking a risk there, if Loptr's headed the same way too, that pretty much narrows the gap even more. It's been a great second race. So jmeasher is comfortable with going through this green gate, knowing that he does not have anything really blocking his way. He has speed. Ridley is not blocking the way because we saw him already. You should probably, he's going to farm here to get some health back. Luckily, these worms and pancakes do not hit as hard with the double suit, but it'll still be sort of annoying to travel through here, and he is going to go to the map. We have Kraid potentially holding charge back there, but we don't know. And if he wants to go the ammo route, there are a few X's on there. Another high five here coming up. Yeah, the reverse amphitheater was a calculated risk, and luckily it did work out for him. But if he got hit by one of those pirates, that would have done him in, and I don't remember the last time he saved. So this is something, too, he has to be pretty careful with. These guys will hit for 50. Just going to tank the damage here. Yeah, stay floating up there over the acid. Is this the worm refill? Yep. Green gate. Seems that Loptr is going to elect to start X hunting here. I think he knows that he can't be wasting too much more time looking for charge if he's not exactly sure. He doesn't want to bank on this one item being charge. This would at least prevent him from having to backtrack for these X's. I'm calling screw attack, but we'll see. You can't do the quick kill here with all the missiles. Oh, he might have been able to potentially use some of his regular missiles to finish off the Kraid quick kill, but that's okay. Moranium is calling high jump. Does anyone want to call charge? You know, the one thing they're actually looking for? Kraid's acting up a little bit here. J-Steel hoping for chaos. Well, we shall see. If it is charged, that firmly puts... Well, I would say firmly, but it does put him in ahead by a bit as Loptr is taking his time looking for all these X's. It's charge. This is big. So Loptr does not know that that is charge, and he will continue to look. Now, he only needs one missile pack. sorry, one super missile pack. So it's not like he's terribly behind in that regard. And having 10 extra super missiles can help him in the Mother Brain fight catch up, as jmeasher only has 10, but that is exactly what he was looking for. He did not take any time looking for super, so this is going to be a very intense finish here as they look to close out Dragon and Ridley. Of course, Loptr still does have to take out Kraid too, which does add to the deficit. And if I were Mesher, I would absolutely look for the first moment to save. I don't care if it's 2 rooms away, but at this point you've made so much progress that you've just got to find the next save point. He was going right for Ridley, and I really think he should save. Knee tank wouldn't hurt either. Let's go for this X here. He went out of his way for that, and it didn't really get him anything that he wanted. Powerbomb, not necessary at this point. I think at this point you just have to commit to your ammo setup as it is right now. If you happen across missiles or super missiles on one way, you go for them, but I think right now you don't really move away to get those items. I do advocate for moving out of your way to get a save though before this fight. There's a save point right up there in that lower North Fair escape room, and you really should be going for it. And I think he is going to do that. I do like that from him. I know it's a little bit out of the way. It'll probably cost him a minute or two, but when you're fighting Ridley with a Spazer combo and only 2 E-tanks, anything can happen. Absolutely agreed. And he's going to get this E-tank too, which I don't hate, even though that will also burn off an extra 15 seconds. No, it's a reserve tank, but if he can farm something on the way too, that could help him, but again, I don't hate it. So I don't know if Loptr's going to try to get this. He is not going to go get that major. He is not going to get charged. I think with 25... Oh. Maybe he is? Farm this. Loptr getting charged now. So they are both going to head right to Ridley. jmeasher, of course, is a little bit closer. He could have power bombed that. Oh. Where is he going? Yeah, he's going to go back in and... I don't know if they saw Mother Brain yet. They might have seen it earlier before I got to the comms. Yeah, I don't think they've seen him either. Yeah. All right. We have 2 energy tanks. We have the Spazer Ice Wave combo. Everyone can get hold in the chat. That would be great. Nice manipulation there of Ridley. I tend to save the super missiles when he gets a little bit crazier towards the end of his HP, but everyone has their own way. Swoop. Very clean so far from jmeasher. Very nice. Avoiding the fireballs. Takes the hit there. Any mathematicians want to tell me how many phaser ice waves it takes to take down Ridley? $32. Okay. Taking some heavy hits here. At this point, yeah, you'd want to be a little more conservative. Nice dodge of the tail there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's wedged in there. Oh no, this is not good. Oh, this is not good. Oh no. Oh. No. Oh. Thankfully he did save, but if Loptr pulls this off, he will be firmly in the seat here. And the thing is, he does have 21 super missiles that will greatly help him here. Yeah, that is just unfortunate. And I believe the right thing to do, again, it might be hindsight and everything, but I think you want to save your super missiles for when he turns his reddest, because that's when he starts going faster, tail starts getting crazier, and you want to err on the side of caution towards the end. He can do it though. We know that jmeasher can do it. See, right now, Loptr is using the super missiles here, and after he uses this up, he should be dead. 600 HP each. There we go. Very nice fight from Loptr. Let's see if jmeasher changes up his strategy and elects to use the super missiles later. Does not get the Ridley manipulation. Exactly, Wallranium. And that's what I tend to do too. So let's see if he sticks with he's going right back to the supers here. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. Especially knowing how he knows firsthand now how crazy he can get with the low HP. So I presume Loptr will be booking it out of criteria in the meantime. I'm going to try to find Dragon. Watch for the swoop. Oh, that is such a brutal hit to take. I don't know if jmeasher knows how much HP Ridley has left. One more hit and he's toast. Oh! Tail. Oh! No. It is not looking good right now. Meanwhile, Loptr's making his way through Brinstar. Etacoon's at home in Brinstar. Did Loptr just blind Dragon? The tide has really shifted in these past 10 minutes. The charge that jmeasher had is proving not to have separated him from Loptr here as he continues to work on Ridley. He does not use the supers now. While Loptr with a clean fried shrimp. Go back to your charge. There it is. Alright. Then when Ridley changes color for the first time, that would be a good time to unload those supers the next time you get him in a pogo. Like right now. Oh, he's still at the same color. Thought he changed for a second. Turn around here. Waiting for him to turn. There it is. So maybe on the next left pogo, he can start unloading those super missiles. At 600 times 13, that is about 8,000 damage, so that would be close to taking care of him. Thank you, the Divine, for the math. Oh, crazy tail. Much better. Now we see the advantage of waiting until he turns red in order to use those supers. We have the enraged Ridley for a much shorter time. Mother Brain is close by though, and seems that Loptr will be finishing up pretty soon here. Quite a turn of events from 10 minutes ago, like I said. Now, this isn't free by any stretch. Loptr only has 3 energy tanks. A few meatballs or even 1 ketchup, and it is a reset. I didn't see the last time he saved either. Nice maneuvering around the Rinkas. Here we go. Everyone hold. As for the guess of the time for escape, I'm guessing 2 minutes even. Watch the catch up. I think there'll be 1 more. Nope. Well done from Loptr. $125. No one got it. The Divine closest at 130. That's what it comes down to, Jace. jmeasher had lead, if slight. But had he killed Ridley at the first go, you are talking about a drastically different race here. That cost him about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and just one of those things. And Mesher did learn from his mistake of the first game of making sure to save before he did something particularly risky. But at the end of the day, it was unfortunately the struggles with Ridley there that took him out of it. And yeah, by virtue of looking for those, by getting charged, he didn't look for supers the same way that Loptr did, which, the extra supers did help Loptr in his Ridley fight. Seconds. He has to go up the elevator, past the Ridley room, and he should be good to go. Yeah, Jay, still going back to that, when I played in my last match, I had a 2-0 loss, but I did some tech that I practice. As long as you keep practicing stuff and you see it carry on in tournaments and things like that, it's always great to see. Anywho, GG's for Loptr, who manages to finish with a time of 42.56. jmeasher forfeiting right here in the middle of the Dragon fight. He may elect to just finish off this fight, and I don't know if he'll want to go to Ridley. I mean, if he'll want to go to Mother Brain, but yeah, that's it for this round. We'll see if we can get the competitors in here for a quick conversation. Welcome in, Loptr.
Yeah, what up?
Congratulations on another win in this tournament.
Thank you.
There was and when jmeasher gets in here, we'll talk about both races, but maybe get this first one in, or the second one in here. jmeasher, how is it going?
Yeah, going okay, I guess. GG's.
Yeah. So, as you guys didn't know, because you guys were focused on the race each other, it was a very close race for much of that second. It was only until the Ridley fight did we start to see some separation, as Loptr was able to finish Ridley off on the first try, and unfortunately jmeasher took a couple tries for you to beat Ridley. Couple questions about what was going through your mind there, maybe with how the super missiles were used and at what time in the fight. That was our initial thought, is that maybe you want to get those super missiles later, and once you did, the Ridley fight was a lot more comfortable. Any words on that?
Yeah, I think I'm still trying to really get better at a lot of like the low percentage fights. I've definitely improved, but Ridley's definitely one of those ones where, like, if I don't have a good amount of health, or can't burst him down with supers, like, it becomes a lot harder for me. And yeah, I realized after the fact that obviously once I saved the supers for once he was below half, it became a lot easier. It's just tough, like without high jump, like avoiding his swoops becomes more difficult for me. But yeah, I would have really liked to have more ammo, more health, but I kind of felt like I didn't really have a choice but to go straight for him, given the layout of the map.
Yeah, ideally you'd want that extra E-tank or two. I saw you pick up that reserve there right before saving, which we thought was a wise choice, right? You do want to kind of give yourself more wiggle room in case things go wrong. Regarding the super missiles, once you got charged, you abandoned it, except for maybe to check for 1X, which turned out to be a power bomb. Loptr elected to go ammo hunting for a little bit, and then checked out that major after beating Kraid. Loptr, at that point, if that was not a charge beam, I would assume that you would probably just go hunting for X's at that point.
Yeah, as soon as I entered Criteria and saw Ridley there, I knew it was a now or never situation because Mother Brain is up in Brinsta and I don't want to go down back to Criteria again. So I was hoping that one of those majors in Criteria was charged, but it wasn't in the end. So I started hunting for ammo.
Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, to the right side of where I was, close to the map, it was all power bombs, so I got a bit worried. Entered the what was it, Norfair?
Yeah.
The area. Found Kraid. Obviously, I was to the left side of the map, saw one major, and I was like, okay, what are the chances this is charged? If it's charged, then I'm set, then I don't need to worry about anything. But if it's not charged, I still need to look for ammo. So I decided to go down climb to bowling and check those two X's, which were also both super missiles, which was very good. Just in case it wasn't charged. And I know up near Main Street were also like 1 or 2 more X's in Criteria. So I was pretty confident that I had enough ammo if it wasn't charged. But yeah, as soon as I saw that it was charged, I was just set and I could just finish the game from that point on.
Yeah, and once you got charged, I think the tide kind of indicated that, you know, those extra super missiles that you got would be able to help you, because, you know, with the Ridley fight, you wouldn't have to use your Spazer combo too much. Yeah, so like I said, it was pretty close, and then jmeasher actually did take the lead for a little bit because he went reverse amphitheater into Norfair, which I thought was a nice move, if a bit risky, but with, you know, 2 energy tanks could definitely have pulled off. So
yeah, that's crazy. I wouldn't dare to do that.
maybe with a save.
Yeah, like after the way the amphitheater went for me in the first race, I was just like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna go through this because I really didn't want to have to backtrack. I was pretty confident that Norfair was going to be required in some respect, and I was like, I really don't want to have to backtrack all the way, you know, through Big Pink.
Yeah, I went all the way around.
I was like, forget that. Like, if this cost me the race, so be it. But yeah, it was tight. It was really tight, but it did save me a little bit of time.
The alternative was going through, it looks like X-Ray, Key Hunter Shaft, and yeah, so that was much quicker. So let's segue to the first game though, which again was fairly even throughout until Indiana Jones, I believe, that room there with the bomb jump, and then like you said, having died a couple times at amphitheater without saving meant that you had to go back to the double bomb jump up there to get the super missiles. It looked like a little bit of a struggle there, and I think that's what kind of set the tone for that matchup, where Loptr just kind of went ahead based off of that.
Yeah, that was
comments on that first race.
That was just on my part. That was just pure tilt. I'd already started struggling with the bomb jump the first time, and then died going through amphitheater. And like, you know, the smart play would be to just go get speed booster again and then save. Really should have saved the first time. Really should have saved the second time. And yeah, it was pure tilt at that point. And once that happened, I was like 26 minutes out of touring, and I was like, this race is over. So kind of just treat it as like a practice and practice some stuff that I do want to get better at, like a lot of the spring ball jumps, the spring ball jump out of Forgotten Highway. Like that took me forever, but I was just like, this race I'm writing this one off, so I might as well just practice some stuff. But yeah, that was all in the beginning. It was just, like I said, pure tilt.
Yeah, we've all been there before when, you know, you just have kind of this thing gets to you, and pretty soon you know you're better than it. You know you're better than what you're producing out there, and it does make it tough to kind of overcome, but you did, and it made for a much more entertaining second match there. So okay.
Yeah, I have a comment on game one.
Yeah.
As soon as I got speed, I paused and looked at the map for quite a while because I saw two ways out of Turian. It was amphitheater or pillars. And I remember I had a rando race a very long while back where I had to do amphitheater with just Varia and one E-tank. And I knew I struggled with that, like a lot. That room is insanely hard with that little items. Here we had like high jump and everything, so it would have been a lot easier. But back then, I knew it also tilted me. I died like 3-4 times into an DNF back then. So I said, nah, I'm taking the long way around. I'm going through pillars. And I guess I'm glad I did that, because I could have very well deathlooped there as well.
Yeah, it's definitely very tricky if you don't, your wall jumps and your timing to jump over the pirates, and that with just Varia, that takes away one entire health bar as we've seen, and so
Yeah.
it was not pretty. And
Also, the hitboxes on those guys is
oh
insane.
yeah, oh it's terrible. They're more like rectangles than anything else.
Yeah.
So
The really sad part is I would have been out first time, but I hit the
you bonked your head.
I bonked my head on stalactite right above the last gold pirate and died. So
yeah,
I just
saw that.
It was all downhill, all downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seed was awful anyways. Like, I got up, found Mother Brain in the next area. I was like, okay, took the wrong 50-50 again. But there was Meridia also there, decided to check it anyways, because why not? Maybe Gravity is there or something. And I see Ridley is there. And I'm like, okay, I can do Ridley, I have charge, I have everything. And I see, before Ridley, Cack Alley. That room is impossible to do without gravity. Like, there's some expert strats to damage boost springball jump out of there.
D-boost. Oof. Yeah, the D-boost springball jump is just something that if you're not totally comfortable with, you might not want to waste 10 minutes trying to do it and then going back. So yeah,
it was horrible.
I forgot I didn't make it to that room, so I was like, which room are you talking about? Yeah, no, that's awful. That's definitely one of those where...
So I had to go back like through 4 areas to the entire other side on the world just to grab gravity. Luckily, Dragon was also there, so didn't really matter in the end. But if I went the correct 50-50 and went to wrecked ship first, and I decided to skip gravity, because why else would we need it, right? We have everything to move through water.
Exactly.
It wasn't really on the way either. You had to really go out of your way for gravity. Oh my god, that would have been horrible, running back and forth 3 times just for gravity. Really, really awful seed.
Yeah, Tickles is bringing up a point. UWJ with space is legit easier in Cack Alley. Did you have space at that time? I don't remember.
No, space was also in wrecked ship.
Okay. Yeah. At that point, yeah, one space jump would be easy, but if you didn't have it, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe you would have tried for the UWJ, but okay. Any more comments on the first race?
I'm good.
All right.
Less spoken of it, the better.
Oh, I think you guys are both wanting to just be like, we're done with that one. And I agree. The second match was a lot more competitive. Like I said, it was the Ridley fight that just proved to be the difference. So I'm sure you'll be as I do whenever I hit something that causes me to fail. Really practicing the low HP Ridley fight, and that won't be an issue next time.
Oh yeah, I've practiced that a lot. Like going to practice round, just doing like pure charge beam Ridley fights. Just how long can I last, right?
Yeah, maybe turn Varia off in case you do a 9+1.
Yeah.
But anything. Anyway, so the next matchups here is Loptr with the win does move on to face Spiffy in the losers bracket round 3. jmeasher, I believe this might put you in the silver bracket, so it remains to be seen who your next opponent is, but whoever they are, I wish you guys the best of luck going forward. Any last notes or anything before we sign off here?
Just thank you to for commentating. Thanks, NN, for tracking as well.
Yeah, I'll echo that. Thank you guys for the restream and tracking and all that. And GG's Loptr. Good luck. Good
GG's.
luck to you next round.
Thank you. Good luck
All
to
right.
you in the silver bracket. I'll join you very soon.
You never know. You never know. Yeah, so that'll do it here for competitors Loptr, jmeasher, for our ever so important tracker NN. I'm D-Rocky Lizard. We have another match later with Gameaholic and RJ on SpeedGaming main channel at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. We have no one on comms, if anyone, or tracking. If anyone wants to take that up, I do not want to have to ask and then to do that again, although I'm sure they would love to volunteer. He deserves a break. Oh, he's already tracking. See, there you go. Most valuable in this tournament. Anywho, for Loptr, jmeasher, NN, I'm D-Rocky Lizard. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.